Welcome back to Cottage Designs by Erin, where it's been a little bit. Today is Saturday, September 13th, 2025, and I don't have a new project for you today because I'm several projects behind with you on things that we have been making. So I have all of the completed candy corn blocks on the design wall behind me from the last video when we started making the candy corn toss quilt. I still owe one block that has to be made, but this is ready to start piecing together. So sadly, I did not have the appropriate purple, the purple sashing, and so I'm going to use a Halloween polka dot. This is super soft and it's a little bit brushed. It almost feels like flannel. Let me show you this. So this is what I think I'm going to use to sash the quilt together with, which makes it kind of fun and energetic. And then, let me see who this fabric is by. This is by Brother Sister Designs from 2008 that belonged to my friend Alita. And then she also had this Henry Glass spiderweb fabric, which is the same one that was used on the outside edge of this quilt. And it doesn't have the year on here, but this is older. I'm not seeing the year on it, but anyway, so today I thought we could just go ahead and work on this quilt a little bit and maybe try to sash it up so that you could get an idea of what it is going to look like. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our fabrics and we're going to pretend we're folding a sheet, just like you did when you were a kid with your mom or your aunt or your grandma or whoever. And you match up the edges and you want them to get as close as possible because we're going to cut off the selvage. So I have all of mine in an exact row here. I love the bright purple in this quilt. I thought it could take the place of the purple print between the blocks because the only purple print I had flowers on it. Well, it didn't quite look right. It looked like I was trying to put a spring fabric down with a fall quilt. So that's why I didn't want to use it. I have been super busy with work, so I haven't been able to sit down with you and make a project. I've been trying to upload shorts so that you would stay in tune with my page, my channel, so I could keep you up to date. Okay, so let me move the camera to my hands now. Okay, so here you see our selvage edge. I've got it completely aligned. We're going to cut that off. And I'm using Guggenheim scissors, which I feel like these are the best because they cut through multiple layers of any kind of fabric. I like that this fabric is non-directional so that we don't have to be concerned if we have it going the right way or not. Okay, so next we're going to use our ruler and measure 2.5 inches. Over here, measure 2.5. I got that too high that time. And then to keep my fabric from shifting, I always pin it in place so that we can try to keep our edges neat and tidy and as straight as possible. I don't think I'm going to use setting squares because honestly, it called for lime green setting squares, which I would have used the purple fabric. I would have been fine with that, but this is already so busy. I think we're just going to straight set it together without setting squares. Okay, so now let me bring my machine up. We are all threaded up and ready to go. So I have all of these going the direction they're supposed to be going according to the picture. If you notice, they're all going a different direction. That's why it's called candy toss. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to start with the outer edge. All my blocks have been pressed. I did not starch them, but they have been pressed according to seam allowance. Okay, now we are going to, okay, a little bit more. I'm going to add the next block. The next block is going up and down, which is kind of strange. And then we add our new piece. Ooh. And of course my thread came out, wouldn't you know. If you're asking why I'm not using black thread, I had a full bobbin of white. Pardon me. So since this is on the inside, I'm just going to go ahead and use the thread I have. And I'm not using my yardstick because it's in the other room. Otherwise, I would be using it. Okay, so here's what we have so far. And then when you put the big wide, I think it's 3.5 inch wide strip on the side, this is what the quilt will look like once it's all completely pieced together. Super, super cute, very high energy, very vibrant colors. So I know that this is probably not what you were expecting today, but I haven't finished the lemon quilt. I'm almost done with the strawberry pie. I haven't finished the pumpkin quilt. And so I want to get this one done so I can get a little stack of some of them completed so I can get them to the quilter. And then also I have a lot going on in my life right now. I've been house hunting. My little home is darling, but I have outgrown it as far as my hobbies and my grandchildren go. So I've been looking into possibly buying another house. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but you can imagine after you've lived in a home as long as I have, I've lived here, it'll be 17 years this fall. It is very overwhelming, just the sheer thought of what are you going to keep, what are you going to get rid of, all that kind of thing. So I've had a lot on my plate, so I greatly apologize for not being with you as often as I was over the summer when I was off, but there's just been a lot going on. I would appreciate any prayers that everything will work out just as God intends and that it will work out in my favor. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And thank you to everyone who pushed me over the 4,000 subscribers mark. I greatly appreciate you. Have a good day.